Commissioner Adams,
Present.
Commissioner Schur, he's present. We see him. Co-Chair Ridgway,
Present.
Commissioner Van Leer,
Present.
Commissioner Benito,
She's here.
she's present as well.
Yes.
Commissioner Zayed,
Present.
Co-Chair Rodriguez, I'm present as well. We have the majority of commissioners needed to conduct business. As a special meeting, I will yield the floor to Chair Adams to provide his report for the budget and grants.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is Thursday, October 19th. My name is John Adams, Commissioner and Chair of the Budget and Grants Committee. The purpose of the meeting today is to bring forward the proposed list of grant candidates to receive grant funding for the 2023 CPC Community Grants Program to be decided on by the full commission. This list of candidates for a potential grant award was worked on by members of the Budget and Grants Committee, along with the two co-chairs and Commissioner Benito, who did the work of reviewing applications and conducting interviews. Each suggested program requesting funds through the grant program were determined to be aligned with the city charter that are community-based, violence prevention, restorative justice, and mediation programs to reduce the need for police activity. Funding for this year's grants totaled over $1 million, 1.08 to be exact. And what I will do next is I will now read the list of candidates to receive grant funding. And the organization's name in alphabetical order, the project name, amount granted, the section or sections of that charter that the program fulfilled, and geographic areas served by the program. Before I read the list, I did also want to make a small corrective to the press release that we released earlier today. The contacts for press or anyone reaching out further information about this grant process and the decisions that were made should actually reach out to myself or co-chair Rodriguez. I think the press release said Commissioner co-chair Ridgway, but that should actually read co-chair Rodriguez. So, what we all have been waiting for, and while we're all here, I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. Can everyone see my screen?
No.
Try this again. Now?
Yes.
Okay.
I can.
Can everyone see it? All right.
Hey, I want to make a note, if I may, Commissioner
Go ahead,
Adams.
go ahead, Commissioner Van Leer.
I see that Kyle Early, Commissioner Early, is in the participants, but I don't know if he's in here as, a commissioner. I see his
I did.
name
I messaged him and sent him the login information, so I did notice that, and I did send him the login.
So maybe Sarah, can you switch him?
And just for the record, Commissioner Wong is in attendance as well.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll continue. All right, so here. All right, so so what we ended up doing was, I think we ended up with 26 total grantees. And so what we'll do in this presentation is we will briefly just announce them officially, and the program as well as the amount awarded. The first grantee is the Angelo Miller Foundation. And just, these are in alphabetical order. And it's the Angelo Miller Foundation, and their project is Save Our Future Boys and Girls Group. The amount that they have granted is $30,000. They fulfill the violence prevention mediation aspects of the charter, and their geographic area is Ward 15 on the west side, the Detroit and 65th area. The next grantee is, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Clearly, I don't do this very often. Balance Point Studios, and their program is Balance Point Studios. They are a $45,000 grantee. They are in the area of violence prevention, and their geographic area is the Mount Pleasant neighborhood, the Kinsman area. The next grantee is the Beat the Streets Cleveland program. The organization, their program is the Beat the Street Cleveland Fall Programming. Their grant is $50,000. The section of the charter is violence prevention and restorative justice, and they will serve out of the Ward 5 Slavic Village area, but they are open to the entire city. So this is a program that is open to the entire city as well. Our next group is the Change the Narrative organization for their snitch program. The amount granted is $45,000. They will be working in the areas of violence prevention, restorative justice, and mediation, and they are located in Ward 5 in the Central Promise neighborhood. Our next grantee is the Cleveland Clergy Coalition, Get to Work Now, awarded $45,000 in the areas of violence prevention and restorative justice. In their geographic area, they will serve wards 2 and 7. Next, we have the Cleveland Freedom Project. Their project is called Social Justice Through STEAM Pipeline Summer Institute Program. The amount granted is $50,000. The area is violence prevention, and their geographic area will be the entire city of Cleveland. Next organization is the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center. Their program is the Comprehensive Youth Violence Prevention Programming Catalyst for Change. The amount granted is $30,000. The area of the charter is violence prevention, and they are going to be a citywide program working out of 8 recreation centers across Cleveland. Our next group is Friend of a Felon. Their program is Peace Link, Connecting Paths to Safer Communities. Amount granted $35,000 in the areas of restorative justice and mediation, and they will also be open to the entire city of Cleveland. The next the program is Frontline Services. Their project is expanding mediation and restorative justice in Cleveland communities. Amount granted $25,000 in the area of mediation, and they are also a citywide program. Next, we have Ghetto Therapy. Their program is Ghetto Therapy. The amount granted is $50,000 in the area of mediation, and they will be serving out of the Central Kinsman area. Next, we have Golden Ciphers Youth Development and Cultural Arts Center. Their program is CESA, I Transform My Life, Acan, Roots, and Passage Process. Amount granted $45,000 in the area of violence prevention, serving Ward 5 of Cleveland. Next, we have the Green Movement Glenville. Green Brigade Glenville is their project. Amount granted $45,000 in the areas of violence prevention and restorative justice. They will be working out of Ward 10, the Glenville High School area, and Stephanie Tubb Jones School as well. Next, we have Kingdom Alliance. Their project is titled Outrage. They will be granted $40,000 in the areas of violence prevention, restorative justice, and mediation throughout the entire city. Next, we have the LGBT Community Center for Greater Cleveland. Their project is titled School-Based Violence Prevention Programming for LGBTQ plus youth at CMSD. Amount granted, $40,000 in the section in the area of violence prevention. And they will serve Ward 15, or they'll serve in the schools, but they are located in Ward 15 on the Detroit Avenue. Our next organization is Love Train Ministries. Title of the program, Ladies and Gentlemen on the Rise. Amount granted, $45,000 in the area of violence prevention, and they will also serve the entire city. Next, we have Men and Women of Central for their MWC Community Expansion Grant. $45,000 granted in the area of violence prevention, and they will serve the central area. Next, we have Neighborhood Connections, Neighborhood Up Action Grants, and Peer Support Network. Amount granted, $50,000 in the areas of violence prevention, restorative justice, and mediation. And they will also be a citywide program. Next, we have the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, NEOC. And their program is Community Peace Builders, creating safer spaces with street outreach. Amount granted, $15,000 in the areas of violence prevention, and they will serve in the downtown area. Out of the downtown area, next we have Prolific Achievers Academy for their Prolific Oxygen Dome program. Amount granted, $45,000 in the areas of violence prevention, restorative justice, and mediation, and they will also serve out of the central area. Next, we have Denounce Gang Intervention program, making our community safer by saving our youth. Amount granted, $50,000 in the area of violence prevention, and they will serve the entire city as well. Next, we have Reverse Ride Along for their Reverse Ride Along capacity building and program evaluation. Amount granted, $45,000 in the area of mediation, and the geographic area will be the entire city. Next, Rhonda Crowder and Associates for their Dickens Reads program. Amount granted, $45,000 in the area of violence prevention, and they will also serve citywide. Next, Rivers in the Desert organization for their the Healing Room Experience program. The amount granted is $50,000 in the area of violence prevention. Will also serve all residents of Cleveland. We have Soul Serenity for their Soul Serenity Sober Living House for Women program. Amount granted, $30,000 in the area of restorative justice, and they will serve out of Ward 5 in Slavic Village. Next, we have the Spread the Love Foundation for their Spread the Healing, a criminal justice reform program. Amount granted, $45,000 in the areas of violence prevention, and they will also be available to everyone in the city. Next, we have Together We Rise for their Project Ripple Phase 1. Amount granted, $45,000 in the area of violence prevention, and their geographic area are Wards 1 and 4. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And so those are the organizations and programs that were selected by the members of the committee. So I would now move to approve the list of grantees.
I'll second that.
So the motion has received a second. The floor is open for any discussion. Any discuss? Okay, for any discussion? So now there's no discussion. Now that discussions have concluded, or there's no discussion, I call for a vote on the motion. Or can Chair Rodriguez call for the motion, or for the vote? Yeah.
Sure, if you would like me to call for the vote. Commissioner Kennedy,
Aye.
Commissioner Donaldson,
Aye.
Commissioner Shure, aye or nay for the record. So he says aye. He put his thumbs up, but he's having technical difficulties. Co-Chair Ridgway,
Aye.
Commissioner Early,
Aye.
Commissioner Van Leer,
Aye.
Commissioner Benito,
Aye.
Commissioner Wong,
I would like to abstain and I would like to explain my vote. I would like to, can you hear me?
Mhm.
I would like to thank everyone for applying to these grants, and through the grant making process, I believe the CPC has the ability to return money and funds to the community and make a positive impact. Unfortunately, I don't believe the information necessary for me to fully review these grants was shared with me in time, even though I asked for it over a month ago. So I have serious concerns about the process that led to these approvals, and given the state of these events, I respectfully abstain from this vote.
thank you so much for your vote. Chair Adams. Co-Chair Rodriguez, aye. Motion carried.
I didn't vote.
Oh, sorry. Commissioner Zayed, I'm sorry.
Aye.
So just to ensure, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. Did everybody vote? We would like to ensure everybody's vote is on the record. Okay, so the motion has officially carried. We are so excited to all the nominees or the candidates for the award. We look forward to the impact that you're making in the community. We'll ensure that you will help build a safer Cleveland and help build relationships between residents as well as officers. Chair Adams, is there anything else you would
Yes.
like to add?
Yes. Yes, I would just want to say that we wish we had more money. There were so many amazing people in the community. I learned so much about all the work that's happening in Cleveland. I mean, I think in the beginning we were concerned if we were gonna be able to get enough applicants to actually award all of the money. And we were stuck with, over $4.5 million requested from the communities, and the needs were great. And the people doing the work, I mean, they're out here, and there's more of them out here. And for those who were not awarded, it's not because you didn't have a good program. It was a hard decision. And what we would also like to say as a committee and as a commission is that we would love to encourage organizations who maybe were partially funded, or organizations who were not funded, to please look into the new initiative that the mayor has, because the city is awarding funds out for similar types of programs as well. We also would like to have you not be discouraged if you were not awarded, and we will be revamping all of our materials. We've learned a lot from this process, and we as a committee and as a commission are committed to improving this process. So we know that it was not perfect, but as we went along, we were determined to make sure that we award these funds out to the community. And we will be revamping this program, and it will be rolled out much earlier next year, and you will have much more time to get what you need together, and we can work with everyone. So I just wanted to just say that, because I know a lot of effort went into it on the parts of the applicants, and the commissioners did a lot of work to get us there. So I just want to just say, this is who we could fund, but if we had more funds, we would awarded more people, because there were a lot of good people and organizations. So thank you to everyone. So our is what we need to do is there will be an official awardees when we are under contract. So right now, these will not be official until these programs are under contract. So we look forward to getting the process started. We will be reaching out to the organizations that have now been approved for funding within the next couple of days to help them through the paperwork process. So expect to be contacted by our office soon if you have not been already. Thank you all again, and we look forward to funding these programs that will make an impact on our city. And I
Thank
turn
you.
it back over to the chair.
Thank you so much for your commitment and dedication. We're going to officially adjourn the meeting at 6:54 p.m. Have a good night.